Yes, hello everybody.
Do you know what you're going to discover? Is buy to let worth it, especially for 2020? So comment below if you're going to be investing in property, if you're going to continue investing in property in 2020, if you want to start investing in property in 2020, or if you want to take your property investing to the next level in 2020.
Yeah.
The question is this evening going to be, is buy to let worth it? What is, very briefly, Trisha, yeah, because we're ready to rock and roll now, yeah? Look, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
Baby.
So question is, for those people that just want to know, very brief, because I know a lot of people on here already do, or wherever you're watching this, what is buy to let?
So buy to let really simply is you're buying a singular unit. That could be a flat, that could be just a normal house, that could be, commercial. You could look at it as a buy to let.
You see, already people are confused. What is buy to let?
It's hard, isn't it?
What is buy to let?
Basically singular unit, renting it to one person or one family on one single short hold tenancy.
Is that what buy to let is?
But as in you're buying an asset, forcing the appreciation, and then you're going to rent it out to a person or persons.
Wherever it is you're watching this video, wherever it is you're watching this right now, please comment, what is buy to let? What's your version of buy to let? Because look, to understand whether buy to let is worth it, I think, or what a lot of people are doing is comparing buy to let to, say, like a HMO.
Yeah.
Because if a buy to let is to buy something to let it out, isn't that all rental property?
Yeah.
So what is a buy to let?
Strategy.
It could be, well, HMO is a hold strategy. HMO is a hotel is a hold strategy. You know, I could buy and invest in a hotel and I'm holding on to it. Yeah, but I'm holding on to it. So the first thing is, what is buy to let? So I think the mainstream, but this is what I think, what the mainstream people think that buy to let is. And that is, main people think that buy to let is buying like a 1, 2, 3, 4 bedroom, could be a 5 or 6 bedroom house. So it's buying houses and renting them out as residential let houses. Yeah, so let's just go with the mainstream that buying a house or building a house and then letting it out as a house, as a family house or something like that. I think that's what people think the mainstream is. But the question is let's just go with that first.
Yeah.
Is that worth it? Let's just go with the fact that, first of all, we're going to suggest that buying a house and then letting in a house is what a buy to let is. Is that worth it? Okay, enough from her. So look, is it worth it? Based on what? Someone's put passive income. I've seen that come up. You know, long-term strategy with not much money coming in. Okay, so this is another thing. Okay, so long-term, why is it long-term? Because it's building wealth, right?
Yeah, it's building capital.
Maybe you can build capital appreciation, but then what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, exactly.
Sell it?
So there are like different ways. So when I was looking into buy to let, for me, I was like, yeah, it's not too bad. You could get, depending on your area and the type of rents that you've got in your area, you could get, you know, anywhere between 150 to 200 pounds kind of minimum per month in your net return after you've paid the bills, your mortgage and whatever. So it's not bad. Obviously it can be higher in different areas, but on average we worked out it's about 150, 200 pound a month. So when I was looking at that, and in my strategy, my outcome was to replace my income. So that's when I looked at different strategies that were going to be able to give me the passive income that I required quicker. So I then was like, but buy to let can't be this smaller strategy for everything. Like, how do you create a exciting, high cash flowing buy to let? If you want to know this, comment below, #secret, #buy to let cha-ching.
So people are saying it sure is worth it if the surrounding is nice. Okay, but that's assuming again that it is, for what we're saying this first time, a family situation. Yeah, because a buy to let, what is it? Is it just a house? So it totally depends on the level, I believe. So there was someone that commented, oh, it is not much money coming in, but it's worth it long term because of the capital appreciation.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can get an investment paying for itself, I mean, is it fair to assume that it would the capital appreciation would still give you more money than if you left it in the bank? You see, I don't think you can comment that because it also depends how long, where it is, what is the capital appreciation. So here's the question on everybody's lips: is buy-to-let worth it, especially in 2020? So who's investing in property, by the way? 2020 comment. Yeah, who's going to start investing? Who's going to continue investing? So tell us which one. Tell us who's going to do it. Tell us who's going to do that. What's hashtag secret?
Hashtag secret. We want to know my secret on how to make a buy-to-let high cash flow and passive income generating.
Okay, asset. Yeah, we're going to move on to a little bit of that in a while. But like, hey, what did I just ask?
No, but that's a good point by Laura. You have to leave more money in. You're saying who's going to be investing in 2020? Who's going to be investing?
Oh, that's what I was doing. So tell me, what is it you're going to be doing? Are you going to be start investing in 2020? Are you going to continue investing, or are you looking to take it to the next level? Go up. So if you are investing buy to let, what level is that for you? Is that the top level? Having a few buy to let? I mean, I think there's definitely a market to it.
Yeah, we have a lot of tribe members that have a really nice amount of buy-to-lets. And I think, listen, the one good thing actually when investing in property is diversification. It's so important because you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. So like, we don't have just one area. We have 7 different areas, which with different strategies that we do in each area as well, because it's about diversifying your portfolio at the same time, because everyone knows that. I think it's difficult because we've got a lot of people that we meet on a day-to-day basis that say, I'm waiting to see what happens after Brexit, or next year I'm going to look to get into property. Why wait, really? Like, why? And the question is because they are either a massive procrastinator or they are waiting for something to go wrong. So what they are looking for is something to change that is going to prove them right that property doesn't work. In my opinion, people will always need a food and a place to live. That's just my opinion, right? So there is no safer investment, in my opinion, than property. So all you have to be aware of, because we did a video a little while ago with Paul McFadden, and we were talking about the economic climate and Brexit and everything that was going on around it. Whatever happens, there's either going to be a buy strategy, and a sell strategy, or a hold strategy, or both. You just have to analyze what's going on in the market. And that doesn't change because of Brexit or anything else. It's just a case of watching the market. And I do my due diligence constantly, even when we've got an existing strategy working there. That's just part of being a business, because if you want to do property as a business, that's just part of your business, needing to know what's going on in the market for constant growth. So hold strategy, sell strategy, both. Due diligence, constant, you know? What?
Someone put Brexit 2099.
Exactly. I mean, for God's sake, the scarcity mentality that is the Brexit conversation. I think, for God's sake, what are the news going to talk about as soon as Brexit's actually... What is the news channels going to talk about as soon as Brexit actually gets finalised, which is going to be the 7th of never, for God's sake. But at the end of the day, a lot of it is just to create news lines, in my opinion. It's just a load of scarcity.
This is not a political program. This program is about, is buy-to-let worth it, okay?
Yeah,
so look, so here's the thing. Buy-to-let as a family house, is it worth it? Maybe long-term, maybe better than putting it in the bank, and maybe you get a little bit of cash flow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better than kick up the bum.
And I think, look, so hold on a second. Hold on a
second. So I want to say something. I want to say a different strategy, because another families assuming that, because look, this place that we're in right now, this is a buy to let. Yeah, we live in a buy to let ourselves. This is an 11 bedroom. I think there's 11 bedrooms in total. 11 bedrooms. Oh, she didn't like that. No. Yeah, 11 bedrooms all together on 1,500 acres of land in the middle of nowhere, where we can take our life to the next level. So what I'm saying is, are there also properties that can have a high cash flow?
Yeah.
For a different market rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedroom houses?
Yes,
is there a different market?
There's a lot of investors that I know. So certain investors are very different. So some investors that I know have their companies buy an asset outright with their pension fund. So they all put their money into a fund, and instead of having like a pension, their pension becomes property. So that's how they are investing in their pension money. So the whole group buys the property outright, so there's no mortgage. So the cash flow that they earn in rental income is pure cash flow. So they have their money sitting in the property, in the asset, instead of obviously leveraging through a mortgage. And then they take the income each month and split it between them, which basically gives them a investment return. So that's something they choose to do. That's another way of making a buy to let, instead of obviously having a mortgage to pay. If you're earning £600 a month from a property in rental income, and obviously the tenant pays their own bills and everything, and you don't have a mortgage, apart from a bit of insurance and maintenance, you're pretty much banging with the profit.
Yeah, if you have good systems and it's set up to scale and all the rest of it, but that's a different program altogether. Well, the program lasts 2 days, but I think you know what that is. Anyway, so what we're saying is, buy to let, there is different things. There is different things like the normal, what you would know, mainstream family stuff, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedroom, whatever, right? But then there is another market for rental. If you go and look onto the rental, there is a lot of high, value properties that want to do that. I mean, look at everybody. We got the idea from Grant Cardone himself. It's like, hey, why would you tie my money up in buying a house that is of the size or use that we want? Yeah. When actually we could rent that place and then go and put that money into other things like buy to lets. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, but we could if we want to buy to lets if we want. But that's the question: is it worth it? Is buy to let worth it? Especially come 2020, because 2020 is like the next phase of growth, right? For most people, but we're not finished with 2019 yet.
Yeah,
we're not finished with 2019.
There's still a lot.
I think there's still a couple of million to be made in.
I think so too.
In this year, yeah. So that's another thing. Another thing about buy to let is, let me hear you wherever you're watching this. Comment. Is a flat a buy to let? Is a flat a buy to let?
Yes.
I asked those to comment. I didn't tell you to give an answer. Okay. Yeah. So is a flat a buy to let? Because if it is, then what about blocks of flats? What about investing in big developments? So we've just got a deal on the table right now, which we want to convert the 2 houses that are next door to each other into, is it 15? 15 flats.
Right, so...
No, is it 15 flats? You can talk about it in a second. So 15 flats, but then also some land behind it, which we could do another 15, right? Yeah. So 30 flats. Are they buy to lets? Yes or no? What are they? Comment. I want to hear from you. Are they buy to lets as well? And could you either build from scratch or convert a big commercial building to a block of flats? Are they buy to lets?
Exactly.
Are they buy to lets, and are they big cash flowing, sexy beasts?
Split the titles, make loads, sell some, hold some.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. People are talking about strategies. Yeah, people are talking about buy to let. You have to leave money in.
This is how to make my to let. My to let. Yes. Hashtag my to let. Listen, but this is how you've got to look creatively on building a better strategy in the standard, what is a usual everyday buy to let. Because when I was looking at it, I was like, this is not enough for me, so I'm not really interested. How can I make it more creative? And this is where the fund system was born. So as you all know, I'm a little bit obsessed with houses of multiple occupation. And the only reason is because that we provide luxury secure accommodation that is also affordable. So for example, if somebody wanted to rent a flat, they do that because it's obviously cheaper than renting a house. But then they've got all their bills and their maintenance and furnishing it all on top. By the time they've done all that, it's like £800-900, sometimes more every single month, even for like a £550-600 a month flat. And then you've got all the stuff on top. So we do HMO or houses of multiple occupation. They have this room, it's fully furnished, maintained, taken care of.
Question, how did you turn is buy to let worth it into talking about HMOs? Stop it.
I'm setting it up. They need to know this to know where I'm going.
No.
Shh.
Buy to let's only. HMO is a different program. We do a 3-day program. You can learn about HMOs. We do HMOs on our 2-day program and PWT as well, which is a 4-day program. So you can learn plenty about HMOs.
And stop. So what it is that I'm talking about here, so I love houses and multiple occupation. And the reason I'm talking about this is because when I was looking for a deal, I found an off-market deal from a landlord that was struggling, and he's owned it for a long time. And the property is currently a bit crazy inside. But what we found was when we went to view the asset, that actually we can convert this into 15 self-contained units of flat style apartments. And he also has a massive amount of land at the rear and loads of garages where we could where we could build another 15 flats. Now, once I got my value around there, he said it's going to be £1 million GDV for just the existing unit that we were going to convert to 15 flats. Now, we were going to have to put separate electrical, gas units, mains, everything like that, because each unit would be their own separate buy-to-let. Single tenancy agreement on each 15 flats.
Apartments. Okay? Our apartments buy to let as well.
Yeah.
Are they buy to let?
So what happened is, then once we'd got the GDV and we'd looked at it and analysed it with the rental income that we were likely to get, because this is city centre, after we paid the mortgage, etc., and bills, maintenance and things like that, every single month, the cash flow just for the 15, so regardless of the new build side that we were doing as well, just for the 15 units, 4,500 net income every single month after refinance of £1 million GDV. Now, does that make your mouth water a lot more than an average buy-to-let? Because we did, it's buy-to-let, but 15 units in one big block.
Yeah, so we let it out now in terms of, look, is buy-to-let worth it? Totally depends on how you're going to play the game. Like I said at the very beginning, we've got some people who have buy-to-lets, and we've just had one of our tribe members here, George Jackson. He said, look, buy-to-let rules at the right ROI and the capital growth, in the capital growth areas. So that comes down to what strategy and what outcome you want to do, of whether it's worth it for you or not. But I think overall, in terms of capital growth, building wealth and cash flow, if you want to really rock it, then there are more creative ways to provide housing. Yeah, provide housing.
But like we had that one, so that one that's going to make $4,500. That's going to make $4,500 a month in income. But then the new build that technically with the land was free because we got it as part of the actual purchase of the other property.
Now we've got to build something there.
But we're going to build. So all we have there is the build costs, which bear in mind, I know some of you think it's absolutely insane, and it bloody is, because the 5-bedroom house that we're building, we had value just the other day saying the build cost should be $215,000, and we're only paying $115,000 now. Why? Not because we're crazy, but thankfully because we have such a large business and we have a 3 build teams that work for us. This particular one works with pretty much full time. So we're able to get preferential rates. So it's not an average sort of cost that you would get it for. But all we have to do and factor in on this land is that we have to pay to do the build of the 15 flats. But then obviously the cash flow, so we know it's GDV of $1 million, but we on that won't over leverage and refinance at $1 million because we don't need to. So we'll want cash flow to be king there, because the only money we want to get back out is what we've spent. As long as we're money out on our deal, plus a little bit extra, we might take a little bit extra just for a laugh so we can invest it somewhere else. But on that deal, it's just pure cash flow. $4,500 on the existing unit. That's going to be even higher because we've got less money in because we've only got the build costs, as opposed to buying the existing land at $450 and the $165 for the renovation costs.
Here, look, debate's getting interesting. So look, hi Mark and Tricia, what about another flavour of the month, rent-to-rent service accommodation? Are they also considered as buy-to-let?
That's a good point.
Depends what you want to say is buy-to-let. Are you buying something and then are you letting it?
No, because they're letting it. So rent-to-rent, you're the tenant, letting it from them to then let on again.
So is that buy to let, let to let? But that's what rent to let is, right?
That's what I'm saying. So rent to rent, technically, yes, it is. It's like you're renting.
We should create a new strategy. So this is the first time this has ever been done. So this is incorporated by real life only. Let to let. We are going to do a let-to-let program.
But yet service accommodation, so in my opinion, service accommodation in most cases right now, just from what I see in my experience, is that they are considered like a buy-to-let, because a lot of people that are running them haven't changed the use. Because if you were going to change the use class, because it's service accommodation, it's more of a hotel use class, which is C1. So technically...
Is a hotel C1 or service accommodation is C1?
A hotel use class, which is temporary hospitality accommodation, which means they're coming in and out. That is technically, if you're going to do a fully fledged service accommodation building with lots of units, you should have a C1 use class.
Are you saying that a service accommodation set of units or unit is the same use class as a hotel? Is that what you're saying?
It's a grey area. This is the problem. So technically, because you are running it like a hotel, which is short stays and short ASTs charging a bit higher, they should have a technical use class of C1. But there is a grey area because people are operating service accommodation through C3 residential use class because they're just buy-to-letting the units, like you said. So they're renting them as if they're like a buy-to-let on short little agreements, because they don't have a long-term tenancy either.
I mean, service accommodation is a beast.
Yeah, it's a beast.
I'll tell you why it's a beast, because
there's so many grey areas
but if you can set it up in a way where it is systemized, then you can scale as a business, and the bigger you get and the more units you get, the more people you got catering for things, or you got a team rotating, then it's an absolute beast. If you're not careful, you can create a beast of a job for yourself. You know, self-managing, self-doing without team and all of that stuff makes it very, very, very tough. But here's the thing. I think there are a lot of people out there, like we just had somebody comment, rent flavor of the month. It's like...
Oh, thank you, Rajesh.
It's like...
I like saying I'm right. Yes, John, JP, tribe member.
Hey, listen, what are you saying? What was I just talking about a second?
Yeah.
Were you listening to me? Yeah. Here's the test live right now, live. Was she listening to what I was saying?
I was reading
the
comments.
Like, she has an excuse to everything. Yeah, that's why she sits. I mean, for you guys, I don't know which way around, but I'm sitting on the left, she's sitting on the right. Why? Because she's always right. That's why I always put her there. Yeah, and then there's no challenge. So what was I talking about? Service accommodation. So here's the thing. Most people, what they're doing is they're doing the rent to rent to be able to do the service accommodation, because they'll let it off one person and then have to turn it into service accommodation to make any decent money on top of the rent or the guaranteed and fixed rent that they're already paying. But here's the thing. What about if you want to make a killing and you start being able to purchase the building, so you own it or your company owns it, then you start doing a service accommodation. You see, less people are doing that. Why? Because they think they want to get into rent to rent because they don't have the ability to raise the money. They don't have the money or ability to raise the money. But here's the thing. It is a very simple, what is it?
Very simple.
It's very simple method and unique strategy to be able to raise joint venture and investor finance.
Yeah.
So not only can you get cash, because let's face it, rent to rent is a cash flow, so it makes money, but it does not generate wealth. It does not generate wealth.
I think what's
generating wealth can be done through this traditional buy-to-let stuff. Breathe. Traditional buy-to-let stuff can generate, well, it can, not always, but it can generate wealth. Well, how about both? What about cash flow and both? And then we can also do this.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of tribe members are doing rent to rent really well at the minute, and a lot of it has been done because they wanted to leave their jobs very quickly.
Well, that's good.
So they started off by getting a few rent to rents just to replace their income. Then they were able to leave their jobs, and then they're concentrating on the buy strategy. So the buy and hold. So you can do a mixture. That's what I'm saying. Like, diversification is key. So you can do multiple strategies. I just personally don't do rent to rent because I want to own the asset. And in my opinion, so rent to rent, which is also buy to let worth it, right? So we're still on the subject, but also my opinion on rent to rent, like, I think it's quite similar, which again, I mean, we go through some more trainings in depth, but if you're going to negotiate with a landlord for a rent to rent, why not just negotiate a lease option where the effort you're putting in to build this business and create this better looking asset, you own it at the end? So if you're going to sign them up to a 5 or 10 year contract to have a guaranteed rent each month, why don't you just do a lease option? Then you at least own the asset at the end after all the effort and time that you've put in. I just don't see the difference, because if they're struggling to let it and having issues with it because it's not very good condition and all that, which is why they're going to rent it to you anyway, because they can't do it themselves, then surely, like, I know it won't work for all scenarios, but I would always give them the option and say, okay, well, instead of me renting it from you for a given period of time and then giving it back to you at the end of contract, why don't I agree to buy it from you now at this price in 5 years' time? And then I'll take care of it. I'll service the bills, whatever. You don't have to worry about it. You can walk away. And like, if they don't have a mortgage and that's the reason that they weren't going to sell it and they were trying to rent it but struggling, you say, look, I'm going to force the appreciation. I'm going to add value to it. I'm going to renovate it. And then I'm going to rent it out and make an income from it. And I'll give you a percentage. You know, you give them a percentage each month. So then they're making a small income. You're making a great income. And at the end of the 5 years, you can exercise the lease option and you own it. Boom. He's happy, you're happy, gone. Kind of good.
Oh, good. You see, many ways,
my opinion,
many different ways and creative ways for you to understand, is buy to let worth it? So come 2020, what's your strategy going to be? But before then, and something you got to realize hard is that before 2020, on the 9th and 10th of November, Real Life Property Wealth is a 2-day program.
Yeah, Rajesh, are you coming? Because you're really nice and noisy on here tonight.
Listen,
so I hope you're coming to the 9th.
Even existing tribe members, even people who have been to 2, 3, 4 events, you know that even before, you know, the way the information was taught, we bring in the most up-to-date practices and things happening in the marketplace today. But even that way before, you knew that was happening. But this time, oh my goodness.
It's the last one of this year.
Yeah,
right?
but it's the last one of this year, but it's like a different program. There has been adjustments made. There is content coming in. There are some processes that's going to allow you to find deals, create awesome deals, know what your outcome is, know what strategy is the best strategy for you in terms of getting you to where you want to be, whether that is quit your job, whether that is, you know, get to a certain amount of cash flow, whether that is enable you to travel the world or move house or get your dream house. You know, get your dream, live in your dream house now, not wait, you know, 50 years.
If my wife will.
Yeah, not wait 50 years. And here's the thing, how to raise finance. Oh my goodness, we do a massive part on how to raise finance, not just actually teaching. By the way, this is not like a theory, one of those theory things that you might have been to, where you sit there and you just watch some people talk. You'll be getting up, you'll be raising your energy, you'll be doing the activity, you'll be on the phones. We're going to make things happen. Yeah, so this program is for people who actually want to get some results. If you want to just sit there, you know, and kind of like, no, take some notes and maybe one day you put that on the shelf and one day you might pull it off the shelf. Look, this is not for that. This is about, do you want to find deals? So comment wherever it is you're watching this. Do you want to find some deals? Because I want to see if you want to find some deals. Do you want to raise joint venture and investor finance? We have people who actually find joint venture partners at these programs. They also find investors. They actually raise money in the program. Look, it's only 2 days and we raise it. In fact, one of our 4-day programs that we just had most recently, we raised £174,000 in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes. Oh, and someone, in fact, they got a offer accepted on a HMO, offer accepted in the program.
Oh my God,
yeah, for £100,000. Yeah, to get all of the money out, for those guys that know what money in, money out is, to get all of the money out, they needed to buy the property at something like 210, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so to get the money out, you need to buy at 210. They got an offer accepted at £100,000. Why? Because we show you the unique methods of how to get working and build relationships with the agents to get the deals at a price that works for everybody. This isn't about, you know, below market value just because, you know, I want to rip the person off or whatever. No. There are specific strategies, there are techniques and things that you guys can do to make sure that that is a win-win for everybody. Yeah? Yeah, so 9th and 10th of November, Real Life Property Wealth. Oh, the Link Hotel Loughborough. Yeah, we want to put Loughborough on the map. Yeah, so look, we had one of our first events, literally well, by the way, we're less than a year old in terms of doing events. It's unbelievable. People wouldn't even know that.
Oh, guys, we love you so much, and thank you so much for everyone that's ever come to an event, shared their amazing experiences, all the tribe members that are going out there achieving
look at this
real
guy.
life
He's got
results.
2 HMO deals from just being on the program. Yeah.
Wow, Steve, I love that.
Defo want to find investors. 3
big deals, baby.
So 3 big deals. So look, for those guys, we've got an amazing team and amazing knowledge. By the way, you want to click that link that's in there, reallifepropertywealth.com. Get registered. Tag some people, share this in a place where people either need to start investing in property. We're going to show you how to do it the fun way. By the way, this is fun.
Yeah.
By the way, this is not for, boring people. Yeah, this is for people who want to have a lot of fun in their life. They want to meet a lot of great people. They want to have connections and probably have closer connections with some of these people than you probably have with even your family members. This is for people who really want to stretch themselves and go big. Yeah. So if you thought you're going to buy 1 property over the next 5 years, no. This is about going big. And there will be opportunities for you, like I say, to use the strategies live in the room while you get directly coached. Me, Trisha, we've got all our real life results coaches. We just finished a graduation this weekend, just gone. Is it only Monday today?
Yes.
Oh my God. We just had one Friday and Saturday. It feels like ages ago. Yeah. And so we have more real life results coaches ready to assist you in getting where you need to go.
Oh, that's so amazing. And equally, like, one of them has built a portfolio of over 3.2 million in 13 months with a net income from their hold strategy of 10,100 every single month in net income.
Yeah.
Another 2 of them have built a portfolio of over 2 million in 12 months, different strategies, different areas. So combination of rent to rent HMOs and commercial to residential conversions, really high net income, both financially free. Another one has built a portfolio of over 1 million in 12 months whilst working full time. So amazing results.
Now him and his partner both left their job. We've got people who packaged nearly 50 deals. Was that in 1 year?
Yeah, oh my God, in 1 year.
Yeah, in 1 year.
Not even the year's out yet. She just said that was in this year.
Yeah, the year's not even out.
46 deals packaged, sold on. And each deal equated to, she was saying monthly over 6,500 to up to 10,000 a month.
Look, you've got some people commenting who have attended it, loved the event, totally changed their entire property journey. So look, some of these people that Trisha was mentioning, people building multi-million-pound property portfolios. These are people who just started coming to the event. They started getting involved with the real life tribe, having all the support. Because what it is, it's not just about me and Trisha. This is not called me and Trisha. It's called real life. It's called real life because we want to recruit the best people. And we've got awesome people like, deal packaging specialists. We've got people who are doing multi-million-pound developments, building houses, blocks of flats. We've got the best finance people in the business. We've got the best solicitors in the business, the best brokers in the business. All these people are investing, architects, planning agents.
Article 4, no problem.
How to do an Article 4. Oh my God, literally, we've done so many in Article 4s. The best areas to invest in as well, all around the country, based on who is there, what investors. Commercial refinancing. Making sure you can recycle your money. Oh my God. And we've got people living in Singapore, investing in Sweden, Belgium, Germany, Netherlands. It's like this stuff is big. So if you want to be a part of that, I wish you can. So let's do it. Let's get there. The reason as well, by the way, you get your ticket. You can get a ticket right now for free. Yeah, you can upgrade to VIP, which I would strongly recommend. Why? Because we do a deal strategy session directly with Trisha where we're going over the deals that you actually find in the training. So we find deals in the training, and then there's a VIP session that is going to be happening directly with me and Trisha. We go over your deal. We analyze your deal. We'll give you exact actions and exactly what it is that you need to do to go and take that deal to the next stage, the next level, and then go find more deals. Also, you get access to Real Life Property Wealth online, which is straight away giving you access to online material, which again has transformed and changed people's journey just from that. It's got Trisha's expertise in HMOs, how to raise money. It's got the numbers on there. It's literally got the 6 steps that allows you to raise, finance, very, very simply is the word, simply. Why? Because it makes it a no-brainer. It makes it a win-win situation for all that is involved. What else do you have to say about Real Life Property Wealth? Why is it important for everyone to show up?
Whatever it takes to show up. Listen, it's on a Saturday and Sunday. It's not difficult. If there is something that can't be moved, like literally, there is nothing that should get in the way. This is the last event of 2019. We're going to go out with a bang. Even if you've been to the event already, get yourself again along. Every person that's been recently, that's been to the last couple of events, it's my turn to speak.
But I'm not going to say it's all new content. Because there's some processes that are already there because they work.
There's always something new. But you know what's great about revisiting something and doing it again? You're a different person than when you first went. So you're going to have a totally different learning. Like I've been to one event like 3 times or something, and every single time I go, I've experienced something else. Because I'm like, oh yeah, because that's a new challenge that I have now compared to when I went last time. And it's just amazing how you grow as a person. Also, when you go to the event, there's always different people at the event as well.
We've got some never seen before strategies that will blow, like so much so that people existing in the tribe, we've been doing whatever it takes to bring these methods of being able to find deals and get literally an unlimited stream of deals flowing in. Because look, if you want to generate more income, look, we've got people who are already experienced property investors coming to these things to show up and go to the next level. Why? Because it's not about information. Oh, no. Just having information alone of what a property investment is and all the rest of it is not going to get you the results you desire. You've got to come and be immersed in the whole process of making it happen.
Yeah. And in the culture.
Very difficult to explain without you being there, which is why, and the only reason why, for your first time of attending Real Life Property Wealth, you can get either a free general ticket or a VIP ticket for just $97 right now. Yeah, that's what it is. For the first time, I want you to try before you buy, try before you invest any other money, so you can see and feel the results for yourself and experience it. Because I'll tell you something, some people say this, some people say experience is the best teacher. Comment if you've heard that before. Quickly comment if you've heard that. Experience is the best teacher. Just put, yes, I've heard that. Yeah. But here's what I have since realized since I heard that. Experience is the only teacher. That's why everything we do is highly experiential. All the programs that we do from Real Life, Discover Your True Potential, PWT, all these HMO, the sourcing, the development, service accommodation, rent to rent, all of these programs, they are highly experiential to actually get you to break through, unlock your potential to be able to implement. So if you are the type of person that likes to implement, push #implement. Yeah, if you are about to unleash yourself, it's two weeks away, right? We've got another 2-day event, mind blowing, and then the weekend after, 9th and 10th, that's it. The last Real Life Property event is gonna be the best one so far. Why? Because we've got it's not all new content, but we've got new content never been seen before. Strategies that are literally finding people. There was one strategy that found in 1 hour, just 1 hour, 2 people found 19 deals, got 3 offers accepted in that week that they found the 90 deals. So if you want to get 3 offers accepted in 1 week, you're going to need to start doing this. This was off the standing start. Yeah. Once you start build momentum, you'll generate more deals than you know what to do with. Yeah, but then you can start concentrating on other areas of the business, and that's why we offer different things, so you can cater for all the systemizing, knowing how to build teams, being able to sell effectively, have systems, accountability, and get offers accepted, be able to rent out or flip. So that's good. So come deal with me, by the way. That is what that's all about. Again, another free process that's a TV program. By the way, Come Deal With Me is a TV program. So all the people that have already asked us to come deal with them. So come deal with me. That's what it's about. Your application is in, it's in review. And if you made it through to the next stage, you will be receiving another video with more instructions on what you guys need to do. If you didn't manage to get your video in, apologies, you may have to wait till next time. If we do it again. If you didn't manage to do that, then get yourself to Real Life Property Wealth on the 9th and 10th, because that's where it's at. That's where it's at. So look, guys, in the comments, anything else that you want to put to help these amazing people, or tag some other people, then do that. For Real Life Tribe members, 8 o'clock, you're going to be over in the mastermind room. Make sure you're there. Make sure you tag someone. Make sure you message someone to get another tribe member. So go post in our group. You know our little secret group we've got? Go and post in there. Start tagging a load of people. Say, get yourself to the mastermind, because this is where it's at. I love you and I miss you and I want to see you on the mastermind. So go do that right now. Tribe members, go do that in the tribe group. Because if you all do it, then you're going to remind everyone and get everyone rocking and rolling.
Exactly.
Because let's face it, guys, after this weekend, so before Real Life Property Wealth, I will make sure I have my Christmas decorations put up in this house. Why? Because it's Christmas time and I want to celebrate Christmas. Do you want to celebrate Christmas too?
Yeah.
You know? But a lot of people sometimes are like, oh, don't remind me of that. Don't remind me of that. But let's face it. And some people might not like this now, but I think I've said all the good stuff. So now it's time to say some controversial stuff. Why do people say that? Because they don't have the money. Why? Because they don't create the wealth. They don't generate enough income for them to love and support. Or they've got to work over Christmas because they don't create enough passive income to work when they choose to. Yeah. You know, I am financially free. I work because I choose to, not because I have to. Yeah. Here's the thing. That's what it is. So I want to free more people up. Yeah. Do you want to free more people up?
Yeah.
I want to free more people up. Who else wants to be free? Because being free is not what you think it is. It's being able to do what you want, when you want, where you want, with who you want. Gotta go. True. Thank you. Yeah. Is this a comment? Too early for Christmas? It's not too early for Christmas. What kind of mind freak you got going on, Claudine? I'm going to put my Christmas deck. If it wasn't for having some activities here at the house, I would have put them up already now. But I don't want them to be in the way. And we've still got the Halloween decorations up.
No, we've got Freya's birthday first.
Oh, yeah, Freya's birthday. We're going to put decorations up on Freya's birthday. Apparently.
No, that's we're not doing it on her birthday.
No, we can't do that.
Her birthday,
yes, Christmas. It's not too early for Christmas. Let's get Christmas going. Oh, by the way, oh my goodness. I don't want to confuse you guys because this is like Real Life Property Wealth needs to happen. We need to have a mind-blowing event. It's going to be the last one of the year. But then we've got the Real Life Awards.
Oh my
That's
God,
where all our tribe members are going to be rewarded in the category that they are being excellent game players in. Oh my goodness, that is going to be amazing. But hey, look, this is what it's all about. Spreading the love, spreading the fun, having high energy, smiling, high-fiving. You know, some people think that's crazy.
It is, because it's Diwali right now. So it's like Christmas is
Indian New Year, Diwali, all of that good stuff. So thank you very much for joining us on Real Life TV.